What is going on, guys? And today I will be showing you the basics of Scratch. I'm just gonna hop straight into it. There's not gonna be much coding at all in this, and the little coding there is going to be, it will be very simple. So, let's get started. Right here in the borders my mouse is going is where your game will display. And then if you want to see your game bigger, you can press those 4 arrows, and look at that. Your game is much bigger. So, you have your sprite. That's what your characters are called. They're called sprites. And you can rename them so it's easier for you to know what they are. So like I just named mine Subscribe, because you obviously should. And so, yes, now you have that. But what if you want more than just your cat? So, it's kind of boring if this is your only thing you can use. So, if you like the cat, you can go, he has a bit of an animation already loaded into him. And look at that. But if you want to add more, go down to there where it has a cat and then a plus, and then press paint if you want to add your own. I'll just be doing something random. Okay, look at that. So now it'll go boom, boom, boom. Or you can do it in any random order that you want. That is the beauty of Scratch. Or, if you want to add a non-custom one, choose a costume. And then Scratch will give you all of these costumes. And then I will do cat flying. So, cat flying. So, you might be thinking, yeah, well, you said there's more than just having this cat. There is. You go down to here, and then you hover over the one with the cat and the plus. Make sure you're in code. That'll very much help. And then you can press choose a sprite. And then there's going to be less options because last time we were looking at costumes. So, I'll do the monkey. Look at that. And if you think your sprite is too big or too small, you can go to costumes, go to the mouse, select all over him, or your sprite, and then make him much smaller. So you can definitely do that. But if you don't like any of the ones that Scratch already has for you, you can do paint. And then just through painting, you can do so much cool stuff with Scratch. Like, if you want to know how to be really good at Scratch, you have to know how to do artwork in it. It is pretty complex, so when you start off in Scratch, I'd probably recommend using their auto-generated ones. But like that, I just drew that stick figure super quickly. I've been using Scratch for about a year now, and probably at 6 months into Scratch, you can be able to do that. So, let's get into the coding part. You can't drag these little blocks into there. It's not going to work. You have to drag them into this field. And if you want to zoom in on something, press the microscope with the plus. And then now I can put my 1 star flag clicked. But if you press the equal sign, it'll go back to normal. So, we go into motion, and you have stuff that will move your sprite. So like move 10 steps. I can just click that, and it'll obviously move my sprite. We go to looks. I can press change size by 10. This will obviously change how your sprite looks. And then we can go to sound. You can do start sound meow for the cat. And you can go boom, boom. But with the play sound meow until done, I can spam it as many times. It's gonna follow through with the first time you clicked it. So I've always thought that's a really cool feature that they have added. And then we have events. You can do like movements. This is probably the easiest way to do movements in Scratch. And there's definitely other ways. And you can like do when you click your sprite, something happens. That's really useful for clicker games. And then there's when start flag clicked. This is super essential if you want your game to do anything. You will need this for every script that you make. We'll go into control. So there's like forever statements. If I put move 10 steps inside of it, I'll move it totally over here. It won't stop. Until I press the stop sign, it will not stop. And if you want your game to start, press the little green flag. Now without, as you can see, I can press start and nothing happens. That is because I need a when start flag clicked, then that will start everything. So you can have them repeat times, wait seconds, and if then and if them then else's are kind of complex. And you can do stop all, which just stops your game. You can do clones. And then sensing. You can read about this. These are very kind of complex. It took me about 4 or 5 months till I actually learned how to use these very well. And you have operators, which are also pretty complex. And then variables, very important. You'll always have a my variable when you start in. So now I will be showing you how to make a very basic game. Now, one last thing. In motion, you're probably going to see like set X and set Y and change Y. You're probably like, what does X and Y have to do anything? X is from the left to the right. Y is up and down. So you can do that, and then you can also rename variables. So I'll be renaming it cats. So now it'll display as cats, not my variable. But this is where we get into the coding. So put in a when start flag clicked, we're going to do a when this sprite clicked, go to looks, we're going to do change color effect by whatever number. It can be 100 or 1. It doesn't really matter. And then we're also going to put in a turn 15 degrees, go to variables, change cats by 1. We'll see how that looks. You have to admit, that is pretty cool. But if you restart, your cats are going to be the same amount when you click them. And we will fix that in a second. Go to looks, and then change size by 10. Then look at that. You have a cat that looks like it's flying towards you. The cat is giant. So, this is another script to help your game be much more clean. When start flag clicked, go to variables, set cats to 0, and then we're going to do set color effect to 0, and then we're going to do set size to 100, and then look at that. Your cats will be at 0 every time you re-click or you restart. I'm going to restart. Boom. I'm going to be doing a thing that you guys might want to do. If you were dragging your cat around, to make it look better, you want to make sure your cat is at a random position, or at 0, 0. That makes it the exact center. Now this is hard. You don't have to do this. Put a switch costume to flying cat B maybe, and go to operators and do a pick random. Depends on how many costumes you have, but for me, I have 3. And then look at that. Now every time I click it, it will change to a random costume. Now, you're probably thinking, the background is kinda blank. It's not very cool. That's why you can click on the picture with the mountains and a plus, and then you can choose or paint. I will just be choosing. I want circles. And then now, look at that. And I can restart, and our little game is completed. Thank you guys so much for watching, and see ya!